Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here. How you guys all doing? Hope you're all doing well. God, I'm already tired. I shouldn't be tired. I guess it's because I haven't been doing enough exercise. Maybe it's that. I don't know. This is my first Speaking My Mind episode since I've come back from my long big holiday, shall we say? Even though because normally what I do is I record a bunch of these in advance, but it's late October. It's a bit early morning, like 9 a.m. morning time, roughly around that time. I wanted to do like an early walk today. I actually have a lot of content to record today. I don't know how my voice is going to do, but I'm going to try and do a couple of these today if I can. Just one of the early morning trains heading out on a Monday morning. So what do I want to talk about today? I want to talk a bit about the Conservative Party, in particular the two candidates. So it's entirely possible by the time this video comes out they may have already decided their leader. I don't think it will, based on how many I've got to record, but we'll see. But so they've got a choice between Kemi Bakanock and Robert Jenrick, which is absolutely insane. And you have to ask yourselves, when you look at the last 10, 20 years of the Conservatives, the party itself, how has it gone so far to the right? Has it become? How have they ended up in this position? And I really do think, they tipped over when they elected Boris Johnson as their leader. Generally believe that. I really think the tipping point was there. I think, for all the problems that, and don't get me wrong, David Cameron, Theresa May, they were definitely problematic, but they were not I don't think they were as far right and as incredibly bad as Boris Johnson, Liz Truss, Rishi Sunak, and the two candidates that we have before us in Robert Jenrick and Kemi Bakanock. I feel like the Conservative Party have completely lost their identity, if I'm honest. They've completely lost who they are. They got infiltrated by UKIP, and then UKIP has now become the Brexit Party, and it's now become UKIP. That's from Nigel Farage's influence, and then obviously the whole Brexit Party thing. They've influenced this Conservative Party to the core. There's no question about it. And the rhetoric that you hear, in particular the rhetoric that you hear from them, it's just things that just no normal politician would say. I mean, some of the things that Kemi has been saying recently, that's about maternity pay. And then recently she said about people should be working 6 days a week as opposed to 5 days a week. And I'm like, you what? She doesn't work 6 days a week, I guarantee you that. But she's telling normal working class people, like the ordinary you and me, that we should be working 6 days a week. That, you shouldn't be having a life. You should only have 1 day off. That's literally what she's implying. To try and implement into the minds of the British public that you all have too much fun and leisure. You all have too much of it. You should be working all the bloody time. And you want to vote for someone like that? You really are insane if you think that's perfectly acceptable. For me, it should be, I'm at the opposite end. For me, it should be a case of if you work enough hours, if you work enough and contribute enough, you shouldn't need to work. You shouldn't even need to work 5 days. For me, I've talked about before in the past about the 4 day, the option about people have had this opportunity to do this 4 days a week. And I've said I'm more than happy to work 40 plus hours a week within 4 days, 8 hours a day, something like that. But that's her position. It's just 6 days a week. It's just absolutely insane. And that's not on top of some of the nonsense that comes out of her. and she knows exactly what she's doing. She's appealing to a small proportion of people out there. But that kind of rhetoric will not get her votes on the door. It won't. The other thing, Robert Jenrick, the guy is just not getting his numbers mixed up. This is the guy that paid over a mural, a Mickey Mouse mural. I actually think that he must have had nightmares about Mickey Mouse when he was a kid. That would explain a lot about his feelings about Mickey Mouse. And he's probably in his mind, he's trying to save the kids, but in doing so, he's actually harming children. He's a vile man. Both of them on immigration in particular. But some of the things that Jenrick has said has been pretty shocking. I actually think that he would be better at PMQs than Kemi Bakkenot. But I think they are just about as low. They really are hitting the low bar. Now, are they both worse than Liz Truss? I think is the question that people are asking themselves. At the moment, I would say no, but I would not be surprised if either of them stoop to the same level as Liz Truss, if not lower. I believe both of them are more than capable of doing that. And it still kind of surprises me. I still cannot understand, still now, even after we had the general election back in July, how so many people still voted for the Conservative Party, despite everything that they've done. They still had a good chunk of the population, and it's incredibly scary. It's very, very scary. It shows that, if you can control the media, still a good proportion of society will still listen to you, even though what you're doing is against the British public's interests. But that is the reality. This Conservative Party is anything but in the interest of the British people. I honestly don't know if they're going to win the next general election. But, I know a lot of people, and I myself was saying that they're going to be out for another 4 years. But honestly, part of me now feels like I just don't know. Because the thing is, so much can happen within several years. Like, did we honestly think then Keir Starmer became leader of the Labour Party? Did we think within a couple of years that he would be able to turn the votes around and become the new Prime Minister? Did we honestly expect that? I don't think anyone expected it. Yes, of course, the Tories shot themselves in the foot. That played a role too. But it was to say that Labour can't shoot themselves enough in the foot. It's entirely possible, and it's entirely plausible too. But this whole Robert Jenrick hell-bent on definitively leaving the ECHR, the European Court of Human Rights, again, like he's probably not even read the damn thing. As well. Kemi's been smart enough to sit on the fence on that one. The rhetoric that comes out of these two is goddamn awful, guys. And it is very concerning to say the least. But what do you guys honestly think? Who do you think is going to win? I know most of you will probably say it doesn't matter or you don't care, which is totally understandable. But who do you think is worse? Do you think that either of them are worse than Liz Truss? Could they be worse than Liz Truss, potentially? Or do you expect either of them, regardless, to make an ass of themselves on Prime Minister's questions? Let me know your thoughts and more down in the comments section below. Thank you very much for watching. Like, share and subscribe as always. And I hope to catch you all very, very soon.